Most people believe cats forget things easily. They think cats are independent, distant, and don't really hold on to memories the way dogs or humans do. But the truth is, cats remember more than you think, especially when it comes to how they feel. And if you really think about it, you've probably already seen signs of this. Maybe your cat suddenly avoids a certain place. Maybe they react strongly to a sound, or they act differently around certain people. Those reactions don't come from nowhere. They come from memory. So today, we're going to talk about 10 things your cat will never forget. And I want you to stay with me until the end, because the last one is the most important, and it can completely change your relationship with your cat. Hi, I'm Vet Eric, and I help cat owners better understand their cat's behavior, health, and emotions so they can build a stronger and more trusting bond. If you love your cat and you truly want to understand them better, take a second to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay until the end. What you learn today might change the way you treat your cat starting today. Let's start with the first one. Your cat will never forget how you treated them when they were small. When your cat was a kitten, everything was new. Every sound, every touch, every experience shaped how they see the world. And more importantly, it shaped how they see you. If you were gentle, calm, and patient, your cat learned that you are safe. They learned that your presence means comfort. That's why some cats naturally come close, sit beside you, or even sleep near you. That behavior doesn't just happen, it was built. But if your cat experienced fear early on, if they were handled roughly or exposed to stress, that memory stays with them. Even if you are kind to them now, that early experience can still affect how they react. This is why some cats take longer to trust. It's not because they don't want to, it's because they are protecting themselves based on what they remember. Now let's move to the second one. Your cat will never forget their safe place. Every cat has a spot where they feel completely secure. It might not be obvious to you, but to them that place is very important. When your cat feels overwhelmed, scared, or even unwell, they will go to that place. It's their way of controlling their environment and calming themselves. A lot of cat owners make the mistake of pulling their cat out when they hide. But when you do that, you're taking away their sense of safety. Instead, try to understand what that place means to them. When you respect it, your cat feels understood. And when a cat feels understood, they trust you more. Third, your cat will never forget your voice. Even when it seems like they're ignoring you, they're actually paying attention. Cats are very sensitive to tone. They don't just hear your words, they feel your energy. If you speak softly, your cat relaxes. If your voice is calm, they feel safe. But if your voice is loud, sharp, or unpredictable, they remember that feeling too. Over time, your voice becomes something they associate with either comfort or stress. So the way you talk around your cat matters more than most people realize. Fourth, your cat will never forget negative experiences, even the small ones. Sometimes it only takes one moment, one loud noise, one sudden scare, one uncomfortable situation, and that moment stays in their memory. You might forget it, but your cat doesn't. That's why some cats become afraid of very specific things. It could be a carrier, a certain room, or even a particular object. They are not overreacting. They are responding to something they remember. And once you understand that, you become more patient. You stop forcing them, and you start helping them feel safe again. Fifth, your cat will never forget who they trust and who they don't. Trust is everything for a cat. It's not given easily, and it's not given to everyone. When your cat trusts you, it means they feel safe being vulnerable around you. They feel that you won't harm them. But if that trust is broken, even once, it can take a very long time to rebuild. Cats don't forget how someone made them feel. That's why consistency is so important. Every interaction you have with your cat either builds trust or slowly breaks it. Sixth, your cat will never forget their routine. Cats live in patterns. They feel safe when life is predictable. They remember when you feed them, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, and even the small habits you don't notice. That's why your cat sometimes waits for you at the same time every day. They are not guessing. They are remembering. And when that routine suddenly changes, they feel it. It creates stress because their sense of control is disrupted. Keeping a consistent routine is one of the simplest ways to make your cat feel secure. Seventh, your cat will never forget how you respond to them emotionally. When your cat approaches you, that is a moment of trust. If you respond with affection, they remember that. They learn that coming to you is safe and rewarding. But if you ignore them or push them away, they remember that too. Over time, they adjust their behavior based on your responses. And one day, you might notice they stop coming to you as often, not because they don't care, but because they learned what to expect. Eighth, your cat will never forget traumatic experiences. Trauma leaves a strong mark. It could be something big, like getting lost or attacked, or something that felt big to them. These experiences stay in their memory and shape how they react to the world. That's why some cats become more cautious or easily frightened. They are not being difficult. They are protecting themselves, and what they need from you is patience, not pressure. Ninth, your cat will never forget the people who cared for them. Cats may seem distant, but they remember people who made them feel safe. Even after a long time, they can recognize familiar individuals. You might notice they behave differently around someone they remember. More relaxed, more open, more comfortable. That's because they associate that person with positive feelings. And finally, the 10th and most important one. Your cat will never forget how you make them feel every single day. This is what truly matters. Not one moment, not one action, but everything combined over time. Do they feel safe with you? Do they feel loved? Do they feel understood? Because your cat is always learning from how you treat them. And that feeling becomes their reality. So if you want a stronger bond with your cat, focus on that. Be gentle, be patient, be consistent. Because your cat may not remember every single detail, but they will always remember how you made them feel. And in their world, that means everything.